about Contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening, this is the 5FM Radio Main News, the headlines. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development hands over 10 tractors to boost waste collection in Lusaka. Copperbelt Province Minister calls for swift action against Cisco cable vandalism. And Ugandans first defining choice ahead of pause. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has handed over 10 tractors procured under the Cash for Work program to the Lusaka Integrated Solid Waste Management Company, aimed at enhancing waste collection across the city. Officiating at the handover ceremony, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gift Sialubalo described the initiative as a collective commitment to building a cleaner, healthier, and more resilient Lusaka. Mr. Sialubalo disclosed that the equipment was procured at a total cost of 14.8 million kwacha, explaining that the initiative was carefully designed to strengthen waste collection and management in all 7 constituencies of Lusaka. He said the procurement of the tractors is not an isolated intervention but part of a broader strategy to improve service delivery, create employment opportunities, and promote sustainable urban development. The minister noted that effective waste management is a critical pillar of the strategy, as it directly impacts public health, environmental sustainability, and the dignity of communities.
Handover ceremony of 10 tractors to the Lusaka Integrated Solid Waste Management Company. This event is firmly anchored in the vision of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, of building a clean, healthy, productive, and resilient Zambia through improved service delivery, economic transformation, and responsible governance. 6 months ago, the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development procured 10 tractors with tipping trailers under the Cash for Work program at a total cost sum of.
Meanwhile, Lusaka Mayor Ms. Chilando Chitangala said the initiative is a clear sign of progress in the quest to make a cleaner and healthier city. She noted that it demonstrates government's strong commitment to support efforts aimed at addressing solid waste management challenges. And Lusaka Town Clerk, Engineer Lifter Ndaba, expressed gratitude to the ministry for its continued support, describing the initiative as both a demonstration of government's dedication to sustainable urban development and a practical investment in cleaner, healthier communities. Minister Elisha Matambo has urged law enforcement agencies to act swiftly and bring to book individuals involved in the vandalism of ZESCO power cables. The minister made the call during a courtesy visit to Kitwe District Commissioner Mr. Wansmongonomo in Kitwe. Mr. Matambo noted that President Hakainde Hichilema is working tirelessly to improve the lives of Zambians and emphasized that government will not allow anyone to reverse the gains achieved so far. He said these gains include the stabilization of electricity supply, which had previously been disrupted due to natural disasters. Meanwhile, the minister directed all local authorities in the Copperbelt province to prioritize cleaning and sanitation efforts during the rainy season in order to prevent cholera outbreaks. He further appealed to residents to maintain high standards of cleanliness in their surroundings. Mr. Matambo assured the people of the Copper Belt that in 2026, the government, under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, will continue working hard to deliver development to the province, adding that more projects are in the province.
Responding to your issue of vandalizing the ZESCO infrastructure, in fact, you are right, that is economic support. I think the law enforcers should do their homework and bring the culprits to book. This has been going on for a long time, and we cannot manage to have such a situation, especially that we are fighting so hard as government, the president fighting so hard to finish law. I'm sure the people of Kitwe and Kobo Belt have seen significant improvement in terms of electricity supply. Yes. And I think this will go on because the president, like he has always been saying, I'm sure you saw him saying that if somebody asked him what help he wants.
Earlier, Mr. Wansmongo Nomo thanked the call. Mr. Ngonomo lamented on the issue of vandalism of CESCO, Copper Belt Energy Corporation cables.
This, in my view, is the province as well as not just a district, it is the province. A province in the sense that we have 5 constituencies and a rapidly growing population and an industrial sector that is also growing very fast. We are living well. We have a few challenges which are being addressed very, very well to do with security. The only challenge that I wish to bring to your attention that we have not really resolved is the vandalism of ZESCO infrastructure. This is not just ZESCO, CC, Kana Water, and ZESCO.
The extraordinary meeting of Chiefs of Defense Forces (CDFs) is underway in Livingstone, where CDFs from the 12 member states of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region are discussing best solutions to the deteriorating security and humanitarian situation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC). And Zambia stands strong rather on its commitment to peace in the Great Lakes region, with Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary Mr. Mambo Hamaundu emphasizing that Zambia has the region's back. Mr. Hamaundu said the security of one member state is inseparable from the security of all. Mr. Hamaundu was speaking today when he officially opened the meeting, stating that Zambia pledges to work tirelessly for peace in the DRC and the wider region, further stating that the ultimate goal is peace and security for the region. He has since urged the CDFs to keep in mind the hopes and aspirations of the millions of men and women and children who look up to them for protection. He stressed that the region faces complex security threats from armed groups that destabilize communities, endanger lives, and undermine governance, such as cross border criminal networks involved in illicit trafficking of arms, minerals, and human beings.
Stability and cooperation in the Great Lakes region. I wish to express my deepest appreciation to the National Conference of the Great Lakes region Secretariat under the leadership of Dr. Wabima for convening this rather important meeting, and to each of you for the dedication and sacrifice you bring to the noble cause of safeguarding our nation and people. Distinguished guests, or indeed chiefs of defense forces,
And the chairperson, Lieutenant General Kawanda Wakasanda Francois, noted that the region is characterized by volatile peace and growing security uncertainty, which requires frank and coordinated collaboration from defense and security forces.
Guest of honor, I want to express right from the outset my sincere gratitude to the host country, the Republic of Zambia, for successfully facilitating this meeting and for the warm, for the very warm and legendary welcome that we have and extended to our delegations from ICJ member states. since they arrived in this beautiful city of Livingstone, the home of the great Constitution Victoria Falls. I also want to thank the chiefs of defense forces from the member states who are present today for their unwavering support and continued commitment to the ideals of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region, particularly the expanded joint verification mechanism, EGV.
And International Conference on the Great Lakes Region, ICGLR Executive Secretary Dr. Mubita Luabelwa said the regional body is deeply concerned with the deteriorating security and humanitarian situation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Dr. Luabelwa said the ICGLR is deeply concerned that after the signing of the Washington Code last month, the capture of the town of Uvira led to mass displacements of people. Commander Zambia Army Lieutenant General Geoffrey Chongoziele is hosting the CDF. United Prosperous and Peaceful Zambia UPPZ leader Mr. Charles Chanda has strongly condemned recent remarks attributed to President Hakainde Hichilema regarding voter support in Southern Province. Mr. Chanda said the president allegedly urged voters in the region to support the ruling United Party for National Development UPND and suggested that those who failed to do so could face negative consequences. He described the comments as troubling and raised concerns about their potential impact on the fairness of the electoral process. The UPPZ leader expressed fears that such statements principles. He warned that the remarks risk creating division and citizens ahead of the elections. Mr. Chanda further stated that the current administration has a history of making intimidating statements and failing to fulfill its promises, noting that this has contributed to growing public mistrust in the electoral process. He said the UPPZ is deeply concerned about how such actions could erode confidence in Zambia's democracy. He has since urged all Zambians to remain united and vigilant, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding the safety, freedom, and rights of every citizen during the electoral period. Mr. Chanda called for a fair, free, and peaceful election, stressing that voters should be allowed to exercise their democratic rights without fear, pressure, or intimidation.
A statement from the Republican president during the rally in Choma has created some uncertainties in terms of the fairness of the coming elections. We are in a democratic dispensation where, regardless of ethnicity, we cannot use intimidating language to make everyone to vote based on our tribal lines. It was unfortunate that the president used the statement to one major group in the republic and to show them that they are enemies of other people.
And in other news trending this evening, Chitambo Town Council has commenced training for Constituency Development Fund focal point personnel on the new CDF system. The private sector in Lumezi district has responded to Vice President Mtalena Lumango's call for cooperating partners to support families displaced by floods in Kazembe area of Eastern Province, with Siran Mining Limited extending relief to the affected communities.
From Radio Business News, we mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and it's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Lusaka City Council (LCC) has approved a 2026 budget amounting to 1,151,464,462 kwacha. This represents a 7% increase equivalent to 71,856,804 kwacha. above the 2025 allocation and underscoring the Council's commitment to expanding civic initiatives and services in 2026. Presenting the budget during a special council meeting held in the council chamber yesterday, Finance, Valuation, and General Purposes Committee Chairperson, Councillor Patrick Salubusa, said the growth is driven by increased Constituency Development Fund CDF allocations, which stand at 280 billion 227 million 850 kwacha, and the implementation of the 2024 main valuation rule approved by the Rating Valuation Tribunal. Councillor Salubusa disclosed that locally generated revenue will amount to 406 million 617 kwacha 79 ngwe, with fees and charges contributing 115 million 908 kwacha 61 ngwe, licenses 6 million 495,716 kwacha, levies 63 million 382,415 kwacha, permits 93 million 423,792 kwacha, charges 18 million 55,000 kwacha, and other income 16 million 606,500 kwacha, while 430 million 975,896 kwacha will come from national support. Among the activities earmarked for funding in 2026 are the purchase of land for the Presidential Constituency Energy Initiative, implementation of Sustainable Development Goals tracking, procurement of land for the Chawama Mini Civic Center, equipping 3 sub-fire stations, rehabilitation of 5 community schools, among others. Ends the business news and the news from across our borders. As Ugandans head to the polls next week, voters are confronted with a defining choice, extending the rule of a long-serving leader into a 5th decade in power, or backing a candidate seeking to harness growing calls for change. President Yoweri Museveni, 81, who has been in office since 1986, is seeking a 7th consecutive term. Challenging him is pop star turned politician Bobby Wine, 43, who has campaigned on premises of sweeping governance reforms and a break from decades of entrenched leadership. The campaign period has been marked by tensions, with opposition activities frequently disrupted. Reports include the detention of activists and the breaking up of opposition rallies by police. Meanwhile, the economy has emerged as a central issue in the race, particularly amid high youth unemployment in a country where the majority of the population is under the age of 30. And in sports news, 2 Zambia Correctional Service officers and 5 inmates from Kabwe Maximum Correctional Facility have been selected among the 372 referees approved by the Football Association of Zambia FAS to officiate during the 2026 football season. The officers are Sergeant Amir Piri of Mwembeshi Central Correctional Facility, who scored 90%, and Sergeant Nixon Kambaza from the ZCS Staff Training School in Kabwe, who attained an impressive 94% in the Zambian referees' national examinations. Also making the list are 5 inmates from Kabwe Maximum Correctional Facility, all of whom performed exceptionally well and obtained distinctions, an achievement that underscores the effectiveness of rehabilitation program within the service. The inclusion of the officers adds to the growing number of ZCS personnel registered within the FAS refereeing system and highlights the service's continued contribution to national sports development. FAS recently unveiled the list of successful referees who will officiate matches across various leagues in the 2026 season. According to a statement signed by FAS General Secretary Machacha Shipande, 372 candidates passed the rigorous assessment process out of 522 applicants. The statement noted that 150 candidates failed to meet the minimum requirements and will have to wait another year before reapplying. Access through a series of physical, mentor, and written tests to ensure fitness and competence for duty. Up next, the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Western, Northwestern, Copperbelt, Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, Eastern, Lusaka, Southern, and Central provinces mainly cloudy with isolated rain and occasional thunder. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines.